it's a long journey. I started, let me think. I started about 2008. I really got into politics. Glenn Beck was on the radio, and I was just trying to find where I fit and where my moral compass was. And for some reason, him and Neil Boortz were like my two resonating guys. So I latched onto them, and I found politics, and I found that I actually enjoy it. I love it. I don't, I'm saying a lot. I apologize. I don't articulate very well, but when I can write something down or talk to someone one-on-one, I really get the message out. Freedom, liberty, individual, constitutional, and civic liberty is what we need. We need people at the Capitol like you that go in there and listen and weigh choices and sit down with everyone and say, look, you're a constituent. I'm going to listen to you. I'm here because it's my duty to go to the Capitol every day and do what you ask me to do. Not what I think is best, but listen, weigh, and then vote. Or make legislation, or take legislation out, whatever it may be. Like I said, I'm a libertarian, so I might be a little too diversified for some, and I hope not, but we all have our own deals. As far as the First Amendment and every amendment, the Constitution is my compass. The law of the land is how I look at everything and weigh everything before I even make a decision. And then I personally make sure I deal with God before I do anything, and I put that first. So the whole reason why I ran is because I talked to my wife, I prayed about it, and I found out that with the Libertarian Party being let in last year, the day it happened, I signed up. I was like, right here. And I got it. And the reason why is because there are certain aspects of the Republican Party that are a little repressive for me, personally. I'm not attacking it. The Republican Party is great, and it's needed. And it is a viable moral compass for this country. It's great. I'm a little more centered. And there's no right or wrong. That's just me personally. But I believe in Oklahoma, we need to work on our economy. We need to work on civil asset forfeiture removal, in my opinion, because it's theft. It is theft. We need to work on criminal justice reform and quit locking up Oklahomans over and over and over again for something that personally I've seen it, I've witnessed it from friends, that they get locked up because they have a joint or they have this or that. And with drugs, there's responsibility, but there is also, with some people, an addiction. And they need help. They don't need incarceration. They don't need to be locked up. They need a counselor, possibly a rehabilitation center, and then someone to stick their arm around them and say, you know what, you're a person, you matter, you are part of our state, and we need to get you out of this and make you a viable citizen again, instead of just incarcerating him, giving him a felony and ruining their life. And that right there, if we can end that, a huge chunk of what we put into incarcerating people, we can put towards education, bridges, roads, all of that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's...
What are you running for?
I'm running for District 24.
Okay, that's one of the first things you should say.
I am so sorry. I'm running for state senate.
Thank you.
District 24. Anthony Sykes is turning out. My name is Clark Whitten.
There we go.
It's clarkwitt.com.
You start off with that. that stuff at the first.
On Twitter, it's at Whitten 2018.
Okay.
And I've already got my website up. Since I'm a libertarian, I have to hit the ground running, like now. So I've already done that. I've already got my campaign in order, and last Friday, I just got it to where in Oklahoma, being a third party is very, very tough. And at banks in Oklahoma, it's very tough to get a campaign bank account because they're like, who are you? What? What's a libertarian? So I had to go get a letter from my party president. Then I had to get a hold of the IRS and get a letter from them proving that I was not a not-for-profit organization, nor a for-profit organization, but I was a candidate. I'm like, really? So I call them, they laugh about it, send me a letter. I get that. I get the letter from my president, and then I get my EIN. So I'm all done, and I'm in my actual last week. This week, I should be completely up and running. So that's going. But yes, there's many like me that have been Republicans in the past, and there are certain constitutional differences that I might have with Republicans, but I'm 80, 90% a Republican. There's just certain aspects that I cannot be a Republican because in certain ways they don't see eye to eye. But I'm not with Democrats too. To a certain point, I would say 40% of me, I can appeal to Democrats. About 40. Well, there are certain aspects in life where we should be able to live our lives as we see fit, as long as we stay within the confines of the law, and that's where we differ. So, that's me.
Tell us your website one more time.
It's clarkwhitten.com, and then it's on Twitter. It's @Whitten 2018, and then on Facebook it's @ClarkWhitten 2018.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Clark.
And I'll say that today we'll put out the invitation for everybody to come to our meeting tonight. And Clark said,
Yes.
would they allow
Yes,
a
sir.
libertarian to come? I said, well, we're all a little bit. But I'll tell you what, I like what Glenn Beck and Penn Jillette said, that we've got 100 years of progressive nanny-state stuff to dismantle before we should be having an argument between conservatives and libertarians.
That's right.
So
That's right.
we are allies in this fight. We're glad you're here tonight.
Thank you.
Glad you're